We are back with another angler quick tip. And this tip is going to help you trigger more strikes with your frog. Yes, I said frogs, and Devin Banks loves to throw a frog. Let's jump in to this angler quick tip. If you're an avid frog fisherman like me, anytime you see a mat, floating vegetation, any floating debris, any wood or stumps where you think a bass may be lurking and living and hiding, you definitely want to pick up a frog. This is a standard frog right here, but I'm talking about going small. 2-inch finesse frogging. This right here, believe it or not, folks, will get you a lot of strikes. And I'm going to give you a couple tips to help you improve your hookups with this bad little boy right here. One thing I like to do with my frogs, folks, is trim the skirt. I like to trim it because they come very long. I like to trim it where one side is shorter than the other. That gives a good walk the dog action in the water and gives a good silhouette as the bass look up to come and strike. So make sure you guys trim the skirt on your frogs. Second thing I like to do, folks, with my frogs is I bend the hooks up. I get my trusty Berkley pliers. I bend that hook point up just a little bit on both sides. That way when the fish does strike, frog goes down, hooks are definitely penetrating and those fish are getting in the boat. And last but not least, the tip that I really want to give you guys for your frogs, because this is a 1/4 ounce bait. 2 inches in length, 1/4 ounce bait, very, very light. So I really can't hit my targets and make accurate casts with this bait. So in order for me to make this a 3 ounce bait or a 1/2 ounce bait like the standard size frogs, but I still want this nice edible size, this snack for those fish, I add about 5 to 6 BBs in this hollow body right in the back there, and that gives me the weight so I can make accurate casts and hit those targets. And also it adds sound. So as this frog is scooting over the debris, scooting over the vegetation, it creates that walking motion and it creates that sound that makes fish hone in on it, locate it, and strike. So those are 3 tips that's definitely going to help you trigger more strikes with your frog fishing. Now, when it comes to my frogging setup, I go with a 7-foot rod. This is 7-foot heavy Veritas casting rod. I've got a Revo STX 8-to-1 gear ratio, so I can really work that bait. And when they strike it, I can set the hook and they don't get bogged down with grass and all types of debris, and I can get that fish in the boat. And then I go with X5 50-pound braid. Now, if I go to a standard frog, I'm going to go with that 65-pound X5 braid. But this is my setup right here when I'm throwing these 2-inch finesse style frogs for more hookups and more fish, especially during those tough fishing conditions. But there you have it, folks. That's my quick tip. And you can take that to the bank with your frog fishing. Don't forget to check me out on my YouTube channel at Devin Banks. And make sure you subscribe and hit that bell.